Greetings, everyone, on the SciFiction Awesomeness. Today, coming here shortly, have an amazing roundup of guests. We've got some really cool guests actually today. Marc Zicree is going to be talking about the 100th year anniversary of Rod Serling, including joining us, Rod Serling's daughters, Jodi and Ann Serling, coming here shortly. We've been this weekend down in Los Angeles covering the Saturn Awards, Academy of Science Fiction, Fantasy, and Horror 52nd Annual Anniversary Awesomeness. Hydrated up there, ready to rock and roll. Hope everybody's had a beautiful weekend. Now it's Monday. Let everybody pour in here on the digital awesomeness. People just joining. My name is Owen C. Cotter, and you're watching SciFiction on just about every channel we have. Not TikTok. We're going to get that. Of course, there's some stuff going on with that. But we've got on Twitter, X, which is now X, Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube, all simulcasting at full 88 miles per hour goodness. Got a lot of good content. We're going to be bringing you a lot of really cool interviews and things we got from the Saturns. We've got a whole bunch of other stuff for our editing too. Some really cool things. Film behind the scenes of different projects. Still a little bit of stuff left over from the Comic-Cons. We just collected so much content, a few hundred interviews. So we're getting all that broken up in the slots. We've got quite a bit of the premium stuff out. We're going to be getting more and more out as it comes to go. We've covered about 7 events over the last few months. We did Comic-Con in San Diego. Then we had the Star Trek STLV event in Vegas. Then we did one in Nashville, one in Dallas, one in the Gulf Coast, Saturn Awards here. And then I think there's another one coming up in March. I don't know if I remember all of them, but there's a lot. There's a lot of events and a lot of projects that are coming up on the awesomeness and continue to be going on the digital awesomeness here. It is Monday. If you're at work and you're free from work, and join us on this broadcast because it's going to be amazing. It will be archived. You can watch it later on when you're free to watch it. We have been having an amazing weekend this weekend. The amount of content collected over this last several months is quite a staggering and astounding. So it's quite a bit. But we've got a whole bunch of goodies coming up that everybody's going to be joining us on this broadcast here shortly. Yeah, I was a little under the weather. I'm better now. I've been taking medicine like vitamins and all kind of goodies. So I'm feeling really good today on this. I'm really excited about this awesomeness. And we've got some viewers pouring in here now. If you're just joining us, my name's Owen C. Cotter, and you're watching SciFiction on all these channels down here. All simulcasting out. If you have not followed our YouTube, go to YouTube at SciFiction Official. All together, it's like right down here. Get that and follow that because we're reporting over like 195 to 220 interviews, probably more than that. Going up on quarter of 1,000 interviews that we're going to be reporting on there over the next few months. We're trying to get everything out by July 1st. I mean, everything. So it's going to be quite a bit of editing and quite a bit of intense stuff. So, but we've got good people working behind us on that, and just all kind of goodies. We had a blast. The Saturn Awards are absolutely amazing. The ceremonies, a lot of good awards were given out. Shatner got his Lifetime Achievement Award. Lawrence Fishburne, we got to talk to him a little bit. He's super cool. He got him an award. The George Powell Award was given to, I believe, Back to the Future. I talked to Bob Gale, too, down there about that. He was a super cool guy. Of course, he's Back to the Future wizard. He talked about that, the award, and the impact. They even had a DeLorean down on the seat. And they had a cool Nostromo spacesuit. The whole place was decked out with all kind of decorations, the big ballroom and everything, the press room. And it was absolutely amazing. Really enjoyed that event. We hope to go back next year. We're going to be coming up to the 2025 season because we just cracked into that. Hydrate up a little bit there. But the 2025 season, we're mapping out. We're trying to get some new events on the grid and some new projects. So there's going to be a whole bunch of crazy cool stuff coming up next. And should be a lot of fun. I think it should be a whole bunch of fun. Check something right quick here while everybody's joining us. Everybody's got the link now. This software, which I love, by the way, updated to a new system. And for some reason, the invite link is now an event link. So I have to connect the raw link up here and send them that instead. Because it used to have the actual direct link when you copy the invite link. Now they've changed it for some reason. But I've got the correct link now, so they all have it. So people joining me, my name's Owen C. Cotter, and joining us here shortly is going to be Jodi and Ann Serling, the daughters of Rod Serling, creator of the Twilight Zone and Night Gallery, as well as Marc Zicree, a renowned screenwriter and author. He's done pretty much everything you can imagine from your childhood, from He-Man, Real Ghostbusters, Captain Power, and the Soldiers of the Future, Star Trek, TNG, Deep Space Nine, Babylon 5, you name it, he's done it. It's been out there in space and beyond. Well, I don't know if he did that, but it is in space and beyond a lot of the shows. But yeah, it's a lot of good stuff we're going to be talking about here. Should be joining us here shortly. We are on a little bit of a time crunch because I'm in a hotel that I have to check out here. And how long we check out?
Till 12.
Till 12. And it is West Coast time, so we have about an hour and 10 minutes, but I have to jolt out of this place. So hopefully they join us within the next 20, 30 on the digital awesomeness. But they extended my checkout. The manager was super cool here at the hotel where the event was being held at. And we're going to be checking out of here. And where are we going next? To the project in Las Vegas, right? Yeah, I guess I'm going to take care of in Las Vegas. That'd be cool. Vegas is fun. It's craziness, but this time of year it's cold and it's winter, so there's not a lot of stuff going on down there. So, well, we're doing some stuff, but there's just not as much as the summer. There's a lot of expos and things always going on down there. So we got all kind of goodies. We tried to get you some premium content, which we actually succeeded in that. There's quite a bit coming from this award ceremony, the Saturns, which we just covered. And just,
I'm in the background.
Yeah, Mars, our assistant, a genius wizard of awesome. My woman's in the background monitoring things and going through emails. We're editing a lot of photo content and watermarking things and all kind of bling and cool stuff we're going to be presenting you, the fans, on the digital awesomeness. Yeah, it's been quite a roller coaster of a year. We've had so much fun. It's absolutely been amazing. We're sending one of our correspondents, Kieran, and contributor down to Tokyo, Japan, for the Star Wars celebration. And he's super excited about that. So we're going to have him on the floor interviewing the fans, interacting, getting us content for that to put together. We're going to put some interviews and some things there, different content for that. And then we're just trying to draw out our year, sending in. If you live in London or Tokyo, feel free to hit us up or anywhere, because we need more people that can go out in the field. We live in the U.S., so international. We're trying to branch out international. Yeah, it's going to be awesome. So much cool stuff coming. If you have any questions for Rod Serling's daughters or Mark, feel free to chat here in the comments. Oh, we got a lot of stuff coming on here. What is all this goodness? This was today. Anywho, I've been watching a lot of Super Friends lately. Notice Mark. Yes, he did write Super Friends. They had this is Eddie Rascal Haskell. He's chiming in. Let me feature his comment. This was a good one. Eddie Rascal Haskell says they had an episode where they used Kryptonian criminal that escaped the Phantom Zone. He clearly resembled General Zod. Yes, I do agree with you on that. And then he says, apparently they couldn't use the name Zod on Super Friends because of the Superman movies. So the criminal was renamed Zicree. Wow. That's hilarious. I did not know that. Wow. So they named it after Mark. That is hilarious. That makes sense. So it's a guy, and that's all I got. That's awesome. Thank you so much, Eddie, for joining us on that little piece of nougat of awesome pop culture trivia. That's super cool. And all kind of stuff going on here. This is great. Thank you, Eddie. I didn't know that. That was very cool. It's very, very cool. We're going to be bringing on everybody here shortly. Looking forward to this one. It's going to be a good broadcast. The PR publicist genius here is setting this up. Super sweet lady. She just texted me and said they have the link, so we're ready to go. So she'll be joining us here shortly. For people joining me, my name is Owen Cotter. You're watching SciFiction on all the goodness, and pretty much everything. We've been doing so much stuff. We just got done doing the Saturn Awards yesterday, which is the Academy of Science Fiction, Fantasy, and Horror. Absolutely amazing event. Tons of super cool guests. It was intense. I mean, it's like 5 hours, right? Mm-hmm. Of interviews, red carpets, press rooms, you name it. Amazing. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Super cool time. We've got everything going on here on the Digital Awesomeness. My name is Owen C. Cotter. Joining us here soon, I'm going to flash this on the screen real quick, is Marc Zicree, Jodi, and Anne Serling, the daughters of Rod Serling, the creator of one of the most iconic science fiction television series and very cool series, a Night Gallery as well. Rod Serling, Twilight Zone. If you're a fan of the Twilight Zone, join this broadcast because it's going to be in Twilight Zone goodness, intense with that. And also, Marc has a new companion book he's going to be talking about. I believe it's the fourth edition of his Twilight Zone companion, which is like the compendium of knowledge of everything Twilight Zone in a book. And I highly recommend getting that book because it's cool. I don't have the fourth edition. My buddy had the second. I think I have the first somewhere. I transported all my stuff, first or second. Everything's in storage. So all my books and everything are put up once I just moved across the country a few years ago. So it's all good. Got all kind of goodies. I'm just waiting here on standby. Digital awesomeness. See what we got going on next. What's the next one we're going to? Down in the Gulf Coast, right? Mm-hmm. It's going to be an event. It's coming up almost the 50th anniversary of CoastCon, which is the longest running science fiction, fantasy, and literary convention, and does some anime stuff too on the Gulf Coast. I think it's their 48th or 49th anniversary year, I believe, this year, which will be super cool. Yeah, so they always have a good event. They got some actors and some very heavy on literature. So if you like science fiction literature, fantasy literature, a little bit of comics, they got a really cool vendors hall where they have a lot of authors there set up with their books. These have a featured author, featured actor guest, really cool panels. It's a lot of good programming at that event. If you're down there in the Gulf Coast in Biloxi, Mississippi, in first weekend of March, the 7th, 8th, 9th, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Usually they start a little later in the afternoon, have the opening ceremonies, and the Saturday and Sunday. What's that? 47th anniversary. My bad. Not 48th, 47th, which is Gene Roddenberry's favorite number. So there you go. 47th anniversary of CoastCon in Biloxi, Mississippi. 7th through 9th of March. We'll be down there for that. Waiting to hear back on a few logistics, but we always love that event. It's going to be awesome. And, excuse me, well, allergy season's coming up, man. I jumped on a plane from Texas, came down here to LA, and my allergies have been active. I'm taking allergy meds and vitamins all weekend long. Tell you what. But the overall impact of Twilight Zone, I was reading some articles they have for the 100th anniversary. Forbes had a really good one. I really liked that Forbes article, and Marc and them were all featured in it, and some really good articles on the internet. If you're not familiar with Twilight Zone or the Twilight Zone, highly recommend watching that series. The original series was like a pinnacle of science fiction television, right up there with all the top sci-fi shows, with intellectual, always a message to be delivered and something to learn from in the television show, and of course Night Gallery as well. And Rod Serling, if he were still alive today, would be 100 years old. And I'm curious to kind of know. I wish I could ask him, but his daughters might have some insight into this. So he'll be joining us here shortly. But he's kind of get his take on what he may think that now with modern television. You've got some shows that are episodic. You've got some good storytelling on television and movies, of course. Some hit, some don't hit as hard, but there's some good stuff. And a lot of stuff's coming out now that's getting back to the old days of science fiction, pop culture, fantasy, and horror. But we're going to see what we can come up with here. I've got some really good answers, some questions. Let's see if anybody's chimed in. Eddie chimed in here. So anybody else want to ask questions, feel free to chime in on this group chat here, because there's going to be there's a whole chat here. You can chat on any one of these channels. It'll bring it up. This was from YouTube, it looks like. Eddie, it was on YouTube. And go follow his page, Eddie Rascal Haskell. He's a cool cat. Gave me a real cool piece of trivia here I did not know about. YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and X. We're streaming on all. Facebook's one of our bigger channels. So if you're on Facebook, you see this pop up in your feed. My name is Owen C. Cotter. Let me get that there for you so you know how I am. Those are our guests there. They're me. SciFiction.com, all the SciFiction.com, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, and don't forget our YouTube channel. We need more YouTube subscribers, as YouTube is like impossible unless you're featured and have like you're like PewDiePie or whoever, somebody, I don't know. It'd be awesome, but yeah. We've got some guests here joining us here in a second. Just waiting for them to join in. My name's Owen C. Cotter. You're watching SciFiction and all the digital awesomeness. Facebook, X, Twitch, YouTube, streaming to about, I don't know, like almost 250,000 fans right now will be seeing this archive if you want to go and watch it. It's going to be awesome. And the coolest thing, man, I'm still kind of going off a little trip off of what we did yesterday, man. We just got done doing the Saturn Awards for people joining us, and I'm really excited to bring this content to y'all. This comes some of the coolest interviews and coolest content we've ever collected, right up there with some of our top content for sure. And it's man, it was. I mean, wow. There's a little small batch of about 11 or 12 photos we posted yesterday on our Facebook page. We created the album for the event. Those photos just give you a sneak preview of what we got, and it's some premium, and it's premium, right? Oh yeah, premium content. And we got a lot of we got a lot of good stuff, and got to interact with some of the legends of science, a lot of the legends of science fiction, and really, really good stuff, really premium stuff. So let's bring on the chat here real quick. Got Eddie there, several other comments here. So there's that. Wait for those until we get on the broadcast there. Waiting to join up here. People just joining me. My name is Owen C. Cotter. You're joined in on SciFiction. If you see me pop up in your grid and your digital awesomeness, then know that I am here. We're about to bring on some amazing guests. Marc Zicree, creator of the Twilight Zone Companion, will be talking heavily about Twilight Zone. And Rod Serling's daughters, Jodi and Ann Serling, will be joining us to talk about their father's legacy on his 100th anniversary. It's going to be awesome. So I've been talking all weekend for 5 hours. Voice is still catching up a little bit with me. But yeah, this is going to be a fun one. We've got other guests lined up. We can't release all of them, but we'll be bringing on some more live streams coming up in the weeks to come. We've just been traveling, covering events, and doing awesomeness. So that's going to be a lot of fun. If you have not followed our pages, feel free to follow us on all the pages we got down below. Facebook, SciFiction CM. Just type in SciFiction. It pops right up. Twitter, TikTok, YouTube. We're on also Tumblr, heavily predominantly. One of the bigger contenders on Tumblr. We're featured and trending down there. If people don't know about it, you've probably seen us. It pop up in your feed when we post. We need to post more on that. We're also on Instagram. Oh, and Blue Sky. If you're on Blue Sky, I've been playing with that. That's a really cool channel. I love that. It's kind of harkens back, in my opinion, to the older days of Twitter, but it's really easy to use. It's a lot of fun. There's a lot of good sci-fi and pop culture. A lot of the big ones are still on there, and all the channels. Pretty much everybody's ported over to that, and they all have channels. So if you're not on Blue Sky, I highly recommend checking it out. The algorithm's a little more open, so you can get followers a little bit more easier. But if you follow all your friends and just start kind of posting stuff, you'll get followers. I've had mine for about 2 weeks and getting about 100 followers a week. So I'm trying to get it to 1,000 to build a small community on there so we can kind of plug it into what we're doing here and all the other channels. I don't know if they allow for simulcasting on Blue Sky yet on this. I know they just did TikTok, but TikTok's kind of under the radar now. So we're gonna have to see, with the stuff. So I'm gonna see if they can. They may have some other channels. I know they have other channels on here. They have all the popular ones: Facebook, X, Twitch, YouTube. I believe Tumblr. TikTok's on hold for right now because of the API system. Yeah, there's some stuff on there. Some other channels that we can, international ones too. I believe there's like 20 channels or something. I love this software because I love the size of this thing. It looks kind of like the old Larry King days. Remember the old Larry King Live? It doesn't have that mic that sits on his desk, the classic King mic. But yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun here. We're just waiting everybody to join in. My name's Owen C. Cotter. You're watching SciFiction on all the sci-fi goodness. Going to be coming to you from CoastCon 47, right? 47, March 7th, 8th, and 9th. And then after that, April, I think we may be back in Vegas for something pertaining to gaming. I have to look at the schedule. I don't know if we're going to Nashville. Nashville's getting kind of packed up because the host hotel's booked solid. We'll see what we can do with that. If not, definitely next year. Let's see. Excuse me. Also, June, maybe down in New Orleans, but definitely July, San Diego Comic-Con. August, Star Trek STLV, 59th. Wow. coming up on 60 years. I think it's the 59th anniversary, I believe. That's about correct because next year will be the 60th. Wow, that's awesome. Yes, that's pretty cool. Star Trek 60. You got a lot of Star Wars fans here, too. We got Star Wars for you, too. We're going to be sending correspondence and our contributor Kieran down to Star Wars celebrations in Tokyo, Japan. That's coming up, I believe, in April. So we will be doing stuff in April, too, which will be super cool. He went down there for the one in London. I got some coverage for us there. We need to get more international footprints, which we're working on that now. Been branching out and building up over the last few years, and we've been getting a lot more, access and things. So we're really working on taking this stuff even bigger and better to the next level for y'all. Getting it all ramped up to. There's some stuff on the board. We're working on some. We can't talk about any of it, but there's a lot of cool things. And of course, sci-fi, pop culture, fantasy, and a little bit of horror. We don't cover as much horror. Aliens, that's cool. We love aliens. Oh, I didn't tell you about this. I want to tell you what we talked about. We did talk to some of the head people that worked on Alien Romulus. And that was fun. Got a really good interview with Shane Black, who did Predator, Iron Man 3. What else? He was also in the original 1987 Predator with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Forgot about that. He's in a lot of cool movies. Who else? I mean, it was a big blur. There's so many people and so many cool characters and awesome legends of science fiction and pop culture and fantasy and horror and awesomeness. So that's going to be really, really cool to bring that content to you, the fans, on the awesomeness. Let me just check something right quick. See if everybody got the link here. It says they got the link. We got about 40-something minutes before we have to be out of this hotel. So we'll see what we got going on. I can talk all day. My voice is a little hoarse. I'm just going to – we'll see what we can got going. We can show the site real quick. Got that up. Hold on. Let's go to SciFiction.com. We'll go over the nominations. Excuse me. Nominations were announced. The winners of the nominations were announced for Saturn Awards. Here's a lot. Here's the one that was Shatner. He got his Lifetime Achievement Award this week. And also Back to the Future, like I said, we talked with Bob Gale, was nominated. Actually won the award, the George Powell Award. And Fallout was honored with the Spotlight Award. We talked to the gentleman that plays the main character for the Brotherhood of Steel. And super cool guy. Got some really good answers from him. Pretty much everybody can. We also talked with Shatner. We did an interview with him. Super nice gentleman. Asked him a question. I don't think anybody's really ever asked him that question. And he liked it. And we talked about that. And it'll be coming to you on the SciFiction Awesomeness here soon as well. And he won his Lifetime Achievement Award this year, which he totally deserves that. He's a literal legend of science fiction and contributed so much to not just pop culture, but cinema, television, philanthropy, and beyond. Got the Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man review just was launched. We've been covering Severance, interesting show on Apple TV. This thing here is pretty cool. This is a video game expanded update for No Man's Sky. If you've not played No Man's Sky, it's a science fiction video game. And it says their update. You can go underwater now. How cool is that? The big alien squid thing on there. That's pretty dope. We've also got some other stuff. Working. The anime section is filling out nicely. We have one main contributor and another one that's been really working hard on this. We're covering everything from Dragon Ball Daima to all the new show, One Piece, all the anime, new movies, trending, new everything anime. It's all anime. If you like anime, we've got tons of it. This is just loads at 20. There's tons of other animes on there. It's like a magazine on our site. So if you go and look in the archives, each page, like look down here, it's on the front page. You can actually flip through it like a magazine. Most other people know that. Right here, page 2. See? So that'll bring you to each page. That's different stuff here on the roster. This will bring you back to the dates. So page 3, and this here actually lets you slip through everything. So that'll go to the next month. And these are all the things we post. So like Life Aboard O'Neill Sill, that was something old we posted. You've got anything in comics. We're working on building this out. We've got some more writers we're going to bring on board for this. Got a lot of comics. Interviews. We'll be posting tons more on this, as you know. Some of the ones from Comic-Con. We got to talk to Ronald D. Moore about the new show, For All Mankind, the new 4th or 5th season, something like that, and the spinoff series of Star City. Mary McCrary, super cool cat. We talked to him about his new graphic novel and his album Singularity. This is all on the site. Got the new VR Alien Rogue game. We talked to everybody. The actress that plays Zula Hendricks, from the designer to the programmer to you name it, and the screenwriter, who actually wrote Star Trek novels, I believe. Exclusive Hellboy. We talked to the new Hellboy and everybody else. The actual guy that's King Kong and the Scar King. SG Blaze, super cool lady. Real sweetheart. Amazing shows. We got also Sci-Fi's The Ark, Reese Ritchie and Richard Fleece. Todd McFarlane, the man, the myth, the legend, Image Comics, Spawn, you name it. There's tons of interviews on it. All you have to do to get the interviews is basically go to this section. And there's more. If you search anybody's name or just search, I think interview should bring it up. I've never actually tried that. Let's see what we get. It probably does. Yes, it does. Wow. It goes through a lot there at least. There's ways to search for. If you have to go, so basically, if you want to see all of our interviews are archived here on SoundCloud, the audio ones, and these are our featured interviews. Most of the interviews are on our YouTube. We got featured podcasts as well. Podcasts are featured on there. It's a little slow. Our internet here is also we're live streaming at the same time. So some of our interviews we have here. So if you haven't been to SciFiction.com, check it out. There's all kind of goodies on there. We curate this daily on Facebook. Almost every day or every other day, we're posting a handful of items on the site and blinging it out for you. So there you go. And we have waiting on everybody to join us. That is the site. So there you go. Also, while we're sitting here, I want to show you something else. So I'm sharing that. And there I am. I'm back. I wanted to show you all something. This is our Tumblr. So if a lot of big geeks are on Tumblr, like we are as well. There's Max Headroom. We are starting to get back heavily on Tumblr because we're trying to port more content. We've got quite a bit of followers on there, so tens of thousands. So we're trying to get this more put together. We like to share creators' content too. We got a really good interview. We still got our events there about there's about the site. It's pertaining to the site, but it's connected to the trivia. Too much with that news and events, radio podcast. Pretty much anything we post media related will go on this, from interviews, live streams, video content. That's a cool one. That's Jan Madsen. He created all the fan clubs, Star Trek, Star Wars, Back to the Future, Lord of the Rings. Super cool, dude. There's a great interview here. That's with Timothy Dunnigan. He's actually played Captain Power in The Soldiers of the Future. He's a super cool guy. Good guy. Ethan Peck. The guy who played the Gamorrean Guard in Book of Boba Fett. It's a little tribute to Jason David Frank. He passed away. Steve Wang of Elite Creature Effects. Very cool. That's Toynami's division. They're like their high-end sculpture division. That's really cool. Very, very cool. Yeah, very cool. They have some aliens. They have creatures. They have Hellboy. You name it. They have any kind of creature you can imagine is on that roster. Just waiting on everybody to join here. Hopefully they join in over the next few minutes, because we've got about maybe 15 more minutes before we can bring them on to have 30 minutes. This broadcast is supposed to be 30 minutes, and we've got about 45 before we have to be out of here. So we will see how it goes. But we've been streaming for about 30 now. So we got about 30, 40 more. But yeah, it's just been an absolute blast. If you are fans of science fiction, join us on all the social medias and check out our site. We've got all kind of goodies for you. We curate this all the time. Share the site again real quick. I want to show you all some. Got the video game section too. If you're a gamer or you like video game reviews and all kind of gaming info. We also have the events. I forgot about that. We do gaming events too. So like here's the nominations for the Xbox Developers Direct, the Game Awards. And there's more of you all. But you've got the Saturns. These are the nominees for the Saturns. Of course, the winners article will be putting up next because they had a lot of winners. So. Hold on just a second. I'm going to get me a juice while we're waiting. Running out of liquids to hydrate. Here's our juice. Compliments of the free from the Hilton. Hilton gave us this awesome freshly squeezed juice. There you go. Yeah, it's going to be awesome. Mars, do you want to chime in today? Come over here and talk to us, man. Give me a second. She's going to come talk to you, too. She's cool. Mars is like my right hand, my woman, She maintains all the stuff. When you see stuff going on, graphics, behind the scenes, all the goodies, she's there. Say hi, babe. Let's bring you on the screen. I hope. There's Mars. Hey, Mars.
Hi, everyone.
Tell everybody what we did this weekend. How'd you like it?
Okay, so this was my first red carpet. Let me get
second. What'd you count? What'd you go?
Well,
you mean coverage?
Well, coverage.
Yeah.
It was pretty intense. I mean, at first you think, oh, it's good, it's going smooth, but then like once you get all the celebrities, the presenters, the nominees,
right.
they all go everywhere. So you're trying to like, hey, can I get at least a question or two? It's pretty intense. And then for 3, I was on heels. I'm never doing that again. I'm gonna wear some comfortable shoes next time. I thought that was good. Even in the press room too, once it
real laid back.
Not everyone, not all the nominees are the ones that won come down, but you do get to ask a question or two.
A lot of them.
Yeah, it was amazing. I know I didn't post a lot of. We haven't posted all the pictures yet.
There's quite a bit of stuff.
Yeah.
We got a whole album created on Facebook.
Yeah, and I think we're also going to do like a little video montage as well.
We got a whole bunch of interview segments, whole bunch of goodies coming. Just waiting on everybody to join us here. Tell everybody what was your favorite part about the event. What kind of things we get? Tell us some of the content we get.
We got. Well, I mean, a lot of the ones Owen wanted to get. We got a lot of the Star Trek from the Strange New Worlds. There's a couple of actors also too. I think they're presenters. No, they're not presenters. They're nominees.
Some of them were nominees
for The Boys, but I know him more from Supernatural, and I don't know a lot of people that do like the music production.
Yes,
the graphics. There's everyone.
VFX artists for Alien Romulus too was pretty cool.
They were there too, and Owen got to interview them as
well. Oh, the creators of the movie The Wild Robot.
Oh, yes.
We talked to them. They were super
cool. That is a good
highly recommend that film.
Movie. I like it.
The book's good too, so it was adapted.
I'm a sucker for sad movies, so I'll start crying. That's just in my nature. Anything that has to do with animals.
Yes, indeed.
What else?
You got something here on the chat.
Before yesterday's event, we got to do Universal. It was my first time. Yeah. I've always wanted to do that. Go to Universal here in Hollywood, but I know they said the Universal in Orlando is pretty good. Yeah. We didn't get to do everything, but the main ones, Harry Potter, Transformers, and of course
Super Nintendo.
Super Nintendo. That was.
We posted an album of all that crazy.
That was amazing. Too. That was fun. I can't wait to do Disney because I've never done Disney either.
Well, New York Pete here chimed in. He says, "Hey, Owen, dropping in.
Hi,
Pete. How you doing, brother?" Says, "Did you like the Tyler Protocol Resurrection trailer? I have been so busy. I've been meaning to watch that. I'm going to watch that today when we're flying out. That is, from what you've told me, sounds absolutely amazing. So I'm going to watch that today. We're down here covering these Saturns, so that's like gearing up for all that. But yeah, I'm definitely going to check that. Sounds really cool. I saw something pop up in the feed, like a page or something. I'm going to check that out today.
There's a lot of new shows that we still need to
so many shows.
Catch up.
And movies, but shows.
I tell Owen, I think we're going to have maybe like a month or two break, and we're going to try to catch up on a lot of
break
shows.
From events. Man.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, from events. I don't mean like live stream or anything like that. Right. But just so we can catch up on a lot, because there's a lot of good shows here and there. And then I'll see some and I tell Owen, hey, let's watch this one. And then it gets so good. I'm a binge watcher. Sure. He's not. He likes to like do a couple a day and then a couple the next day. I like to, if it was for me, I'll probably watch the
really
whole
good
thing.
To watch only.
I remember the first time when Owen and I started dating, he was mentioning Star Trek, and I'm like, well, I mean, I've heard of it, but I don't know.
Star Wars too.
So he's like, here, watch the first one. So I saw the first couple episodes. I got hooked, so I binge watched all of the original in like probably 5-6 days.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It was, and then I'm still in TNG. I still haven't finished it all.
You have to almost done. So
but I'm almost there, and then I need Discovery, Voyager.
You got DS9 and Voyager. DS9. And we go back to Enterprise.
Very good. And I know he's shown me some of the movies. Which was the show that the one that was only 10 episodes?
Star Trek Picard season 3.
The Picard one. 3. Oh, that was so good.
It's a good series.
The color scheme Everything was so good on that. I really, really enjoyed that one. Yep. That one I did. I was just like, where's there's more? There's no more.
Well, maybe they'll do a legacy.
I hope so. Well, I mean, what is it?
Some of the characters.
9 to 7, the 9 to 7, right?
7 to 9.
7 to 9. 7 to 9. I always miss it.
It's all good. She got her captain's chair if you haven't seen the show. But
yes.
Can't watch it.
No, don't say too much.
Don't say too much. I can't talk about it.
But yeah, so far everything this Saturn Awards was amazing. I'm very grateful that they invited us to come. I'm hoping that we can do next year as well if they let us. Yes. It was just, you have every other outlet on there too.
Here's Pete. He says, thanks, guys. Hey, if y'all haven't checked out his broadcast, he's got an amazing broadcast him and Chris do called Interfleet Broadcasting, IFB. So check that out.
Yeah, check them out, guys.
They're good. They do some really good work too. Check it out.
All right, I'm going to go back to my little cocoon.
Go over there and do your stuff, babe. We'll be joining here shortly with Jodi and Ann Serling and Marc Zicree, waiting for them to join here on the broadcast goodness. Hopefully they join me within the next 10 minutes or so. Otherwise, we're going to be pretty crunched for time on this because we got to check out of here and we have a reservation we have to get. So we'll do that. But, yeah. They've got the link. Eastern. This is West Coast, so we're on the right time zone here. So it's Eastern. Oh, yeah, we got tons of goodies. Limited edition pins. And I love pins, so I always get pins. And then we got matching shirts from Creature from the Black Lagoon. That thing's awesome. I want to wear that tomorrow, actually. So we get here. Yeah. Let's see what we got here. Excuse me.
What other events that we have that we're going to be
It's a good question, actually.
So we got GhostCon.
GhostCon. Maybe the one in Vegas Level Up.
Maybe. But then there's something else. Oh, the Fan Fest.
Yes.
We might be going to that one. Let them know that's the one here in the Universal.
Yes. They got the Season 3 Picard Bridge. And 4 other fandoms, Super Nintendo, Dungeons & Dragons. There's 2 others. I forget the other 2 others. I'm going to mute the board right quick. Hold on, everybody. Good.
I know we were going to do the ICCC, but unfortunately we have other projects that we're going to be...
There's some stuff conflicting with those time frames.
We cannot say too much, but we can't go to that one. That's what I meant. Like, we're going to be about, 2-3 months of just taking breaks until the San Diego Comic-Con, because that one's going to be pretty good.
Yeah, that's going to be... I love that San Diego.
Every year it's been getting so much... Sorry, guys, let me
get in the ring. Woo! How y'all doing?
Every year San Diego surprises me.
Yep.
It's amazing.
It's absolutely amazing.
For sure. Please don't take any high heels on that place. There's a lot of walking. You need comfort.
Wearing those high heels, you can't wear them so much.
Oh, no. I think I used to work at a bank when I was like my 21.
Yeah.
And they always made you wear heels, just to look more professional. Yeah, that kind of ruined my feet. It ruined my feet.
That's
so
funny.
Bad. So I can only wear Converse, flat boots.
Flat boots. Pete says you rock. No problem, brother. You rock too, man.
New York. We want to do the New York.
Yeah, we want to do New York Comic-Con too. I have to join Pete down there soon.
That's the one we want to do.
When is your next live event? Live stream, or I'm not sure. Live stream. We're working on getting a couple more guests we got round up, but a live event would be That's a good question. Well, CoastCon will be the next actual physical event, and then we've got a few more we're working on. Yeah, it's literature, sci-fi literature, which is pretty cool. Gaming, yeah, there's some games over there. Miniature and board gaming, they love it. They have a lot of cool board games actually. Warhammer 40K, D&D, a whole bunch of other. That one with the little horses that goes around. Those are things.
We do have one of our writers that's going to go to the Star Wars.
Yeah.
And I think, I'm not too sure, maybe there's a way we can send him a link and we can go live.
Well, he's gonna live stream with us.
Yeah, so that way you guys can see he's gonna be going to Tokyo, Japan for the Star Wars celebration over there.
Lost in Space Collectibles just joined in. He's like, "What?
Hello.
What's up, Lost in Space Collectibles? I love me some Lost in Space too. That's good stuff. You got collectibles, man. I love me some. Man, I need to get me a B9 robot because that's pretty cool. If you got that, let me know if you got it. So I've got a nice Robbie statue, but I don't have a B9. I had a model. I don't know what happened to it. I didn't get to paint it though. I have a Robbie, not a B9. I have a B9. They had some really cool model kits. Was it what's that company? Aurora or somebody made them back in the day. Pretty cool. Waiting on everybody to join here. Got a lot of guests joined in here right now. This is great.
Keep on talking more stuff.
Sci-fi awesomeness. Everybody likes sci-fi. I love science fiction, fantasy, a little bit of horror. Join us here on the broadcast. We're going to be talking about the Twilight Zone. We're hoping everybody gets to join in here shortly. We have to check out of this location in like 30, 40 minutes. So hopefully join the next 5 minutes or so we can knock this out. I'm going to edit this. When it comes down, it'll be about 30, 40. It'll start from when we introduce them till the end. So I'll put some blinging out with some intros and stuff.
If not, we do want to apologize, guys.
Yeah.
There was a little technical...
They're supposed to be joining us here shortly.
There was a technical difficulty in our part.
Yeah. Well, it's the software in our part. So basically the software updated, and their new update sends out some event invite, when the original one just sent out the actual link, which is when you join in. So I don't know what's going on.
If not, we will probably reschedule this live.
Yeah, it'll be fun. We'll still be able to get everybody on.
Not that much. If anything, we can always do it tomorrow.
We'll be able to get it tomorrow, the next day, Wednesday. Or next week, or whenever. Yeah, always flexible. I mean, especially, it's the 100th anniversary of Rod Zone. I love the Twilight Zone. Twilight Zone's amazing.
Owen is absolutely right. If you see graphics or like the announcements, those are me. I make those. I try my best. I'm not a professional.
Like the one with the TV is a swoop.
I'm not a professional. I just like colorful stuff.
Yeah.
I always like to draw.
Yes,
and
indeed.
Decorate and all that stuff.
Yes, indeed. I have the B9. Oh, wait, hold on a second. What? Let me see here.
B9?
He's got the B9 robot. He has the collectibles. Nice.
What about the one that you said that
he has the B9?
Have a hand. What is it?
Oh, she's talking about EV99. The action figure's arm always comes off. That's a rare one. Yeah, it's one of the last 17 Star Wars figures. He has the B9. I have to check that out. That's really cool. Yeah, you got a lot of people chiming in here. A lot of great guests. Pete. Oh, man, look at all this. Got to get this thing rocking and rolling here.
We're also trying to gather all our...
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
What was it? It's all gather what?
We're trying to go to our storage so we can organize all the stuff.
The vaults.
Yeah, we have premium items.
Yeah. All kind of sci-fi. We're going to be dumping those into our store. If you've been to our storefront, let me flash that real quick.
Yeah, because right now what we have in our storefront is sabers, which I might be knocking them down.
Oh, yeah.
So they'll be a little bit more affordable for
Check
people.
this out, everybody. You're gonna
especially
love this.
For the what is it, May 4th? May the 4th.
Right. Well, if you want to go to our shop, go to our top of our website at SciFiction.com and either click shop or go to SciFiction.myshopify.com. And they've got all kind of goodies, everything from high-end prop sabers. We're going to be marking some of these down for the May the 4th. Everything, Ghostbuster sculptures, keychains. There's all kind of view all here. We've got several distribution deals, and we've got the ability to mark these down a little bit better than for better prices. And we've got a whole bunch. This is page 1. We're going to be adding like hundreds of new items. We've got He-Man swords, Men in Black neuralizers, Noisy Cricket. That's got metal with actual screen studio audio effects. This saber, I've got one of the ones in this demoed. That saber is absolutely amazing. All metal Air Force grade aluminum. Yeah, the kid sabers are good. If you want to save and have something for your kids that isn't super prop light and you want damaged or anything, that's like a display piece, get the kid sabers. We're marking those down a little bit too for May the 4th. Star Trek, this Generation 2 Dustbuster, that's a pretty darn cool prop too. Got the Goonies, the Necklace Con War and Wrath of Khan. Got the Green Hornets gas gun. They got the actual high-end Spillbach cutlery Thundercat sword, limited edition Sword of Omens. You got the mini one, which is cool, put on your desk. Tumblers, T-shirts, stickers, buttons. I think the buttons are on the previous page. If you go to our site at SciFiction.com and just click shop, it'll direct you to our Shopify, which is SciFiction.myshopify.com, and buy some stuff. Because all this content we gets purchased, we funnel it back, a lot of it into the site to get extra writers, bring content to you, yada yada, awesomeness. So there you go. We got the goodness there. There's a He-Man swords are pretty dope though. I kind of want to get that. We're going to be the James Bond Moonraker laser blasters. They got the LE with the white one, and the other one's like a darker gray or something. Comes with like a stand you can set it on too, which is pretty dope. You have Jodi's visor. There's all kind of stuff coming. Tons of goodies. All kind of goodies. He's got the B9 though. We don't have the B9. Check out Lost in Space Collectibles. They've got a YouTube channel. He's got the B9. It sounds like he's got a lot of cool stuff. You have to check that out. Peter, New York Pete, the man, the myth, the legend, joined us. We're running on crunch time here. I mean, maybe like 15 more minutes, babe. Run about 15 more minutes, and then we'll have to cut off because we won't have enough, maybe 5 or 10, maybe, or 15, because we won't have enough time to finish this up because they won't immediately start knocking on our door, but after about 20, 30 minutes, they might. And it's pretty pricey at this hotel. Tell them about that buffet, babe. Golly, man. So I'll go ahead and tell you. If you come to this hotel, have some folding cash because gee whiz, man.
Oh, my gosh.
We thought the buffet was like $80 or something like that.
No, like 50, 60
or something like that with tip.
It was
So
160
per piece plus tip. Once we gave the guy, nobody was tipping him. So I gave him, he said, quote, "It made my nights," what the waiter said. Did a really good job. We got all that, some drinks, all this appetizer, all the stuff on the buffet. It was like premium stuff. Steaks, lamb chops, lollipops, whatever you want.
Steaks,
crab. I mean, it was all premium stuff. But when it was all said and done, it was almost $400-something, which is not like, if you go to some restaurant, but it's for two people, and it's kind of like shady. Like they don't tell you. There's no prices. They just say, "Here's the buffet. It's a good deal." And then you get in there, you get your tab. It's like $500 with tip or some crap. But wow. And the hotel too is like hotel's pretty reasonable.
Yeah.
Cash in your Hilton Honors points a little bit there, and you get you a decent deal. So, and they do have good breakfast comps every morning. Our breakfast was comped. We have fat parking, but we don't have a car. We didn't get a rental. We're getting a rental today. Going to do some stuff in Las Vegas, some business related. So I'm going to meet a good friend down there too and see if he's available to hang out a little bit. And then we're going to go back to home, right, for a brief minute. Then we're going to kick it down. Oh, we are going to we're going back to Vegas in late February. There's going to be a concert down there.
That's right.
Yeah. No, I wanted to see like the Vegas twice in like 1 month. And then we're going to go down to the Gulf Coast for CoastCon. So that's going to be all the goodness on that. We are running pretty low on crunch time. I'm going to give it 10 more minutes. And then we may have to reschedule this broadcast because it's getting pretty crunch time here. So I texted the lady who was setting this up. She says she has shared it with everyone, but I don't know if they got it. Nothing yet. Although I did just get an email from Todd McFarlane's people. So he's going to be at MegaCon. Some panels up. He has a really professional team. He's a super cool guy too, genuine guy, very humble. Always like talking with him. He's been on the broadcast a couple times and super fun. Let's see what else we got here. A lot of comments here. Let's see, still some viewers pouring in here. We gotta bring on the Twilight Zone goodness, everybody. Oh man, I love that show. Did you ever see like the one with Shatner, the 20,000 feet, where you've got Shatner's in there? He keeps saying this. There's something on the wing of the plane. It's a terrible Shatner impersonation. But then you've got, but what most people don't know, and Mark brought this up in a promo for his Project Space Command, is the captain of that plane was the famous 1950 space captain of Space Patrol. And then Captain Kirk, Shatner was, of course, this famous spaceship captain in the 1960s, 50s, and 60s. So that's Space Patrol. And you've got, there's that. He was only 2 or 3 episodes of Twilight Zone. I think a couple or so. And, of course, Leonard Nimoy was in Outer Limits, famous episode with the robot that gets crushed by the car or whatever. When you reprise that and the modernized Twilight Zone in the 90s, he came back, Leonard Nimoy, to reprise an updated version of that storyline as the same character, which is really cool. Both episodes are amazing. But that's another show. So we're talking about Twilight Zone. So there's a lot of great episodes in that. A lot of great storytelling. Some of the best messages inside, right up there with like Star Trek and Alfred Hitchcock's Presents was a little bit different, but there's some good shows in that. But Twilight Zone was absolutely it was a pioneering show. The writing, the messages were ahead of its time and still relevant today, which is pretty cool for a show that's 60 something years old, maybe. I don't know. It's older than Star. It was black and white, so that's before Technicolor. So it was got to be 1950s or early 60s. Before Star Trek was 1966. 65 was the Cage pilot, but then they had 66 with Shatner. I think the Man Trap or something. September 16th, 1966, I believe was the creation of Star Trek. Don't quote me on that. It was somewhere in September. Star Wars, though, man. Got a lot of Star Wars fans on here, too, I can tell. Looking forward to going to Star Wars Celebration in Tokyo. We're sending out Kieran down there to get in with the fans and network around down there for us. Get all the Lucasfilm goodness. I think they're going to be doing a new Mandalorian and Grogu film, which I'm really looking forward to seeing some trailers for that. Maybe they'll probably will drop some footage of some stuff down there. Yes, thank you. Nightmare at 20,000 Feet is the episode with William Shatner. Thank you so much, Lost in Space Collectibles. That's the famous episode where he was on the plane. Well, he was in the plane seeing something on the wing of the plane. There's something on the wing of the plane. So there's a little funny joke. Me and my brother sometimes will joke with each other and send each other animations. And there's animation where there's something on the wing of the plane. We'll both do the whole spill of the show. It's hilarious. Little inside thing there. And there's one picture that a guy sent me. It's Shatner looking out the plane, but it's Jar Jar Binks like looking at him. I'm like, oh man, that thing was creepy, dude. It's a meme creator on Facebook and Instagram creates those. Is Fresh Pence memes, not Prince, Pence, Pince memes, like Fresh Pence Extreme Star Wars memes or something like that. We got a call coming in here. Hold on just a second. I'm gonna mute the board. Greetings, everyone. We just got off the horn with the Twilight Zone digital awesomeness. We're going to reschedule this broadcast for tomorrow afternoon. Tomorrow, 1:30 p.m. West Coast.
No.
Oh, what's up?
1:30 Pacific time. That's Vegas time.
Pacific time, which is what?
So that's 4:30 Eastern.
4:30 Eastern, 1:30 Pacific time. Perfect. Well, everybody, I want to thank y'all for joining us. I want to thank all the people that chimed in, from Peter, New York Pete from IFB, Interfleet Broadcasting, Lost in Space Collectibles, Eddie Rascal Haskell, and everybody else. Marge's going to say hi to everybody,
too. Thank you so much, everyone. We want to apologize. It's the time frame that was a little confusion.
Yeah, some stuff.
Of course, all our special guests, they are elderly people, so they
not all. Well, I mean, elderly.
Yes. I mean, because they can't be there like at 6 at night.
Well, they all have schedules.
Yeah, and they're busy. So tomorrow it's 1:30 Pacific time, and that's 4:30 Eastern time here, and then in the Central time. I'll make another.
We'll put some time, but it's 1:30 p.m. West Coast, which is 4:30 p.m. East Coast, which is 3 hours ahead, and then Central time would be 3:30. So just look at 1:30 p.m.
I will make another announcement on Facebook. So just keep on alert, and I'll keep on posting it on our stories and everything for you guys.
That's tomorrow, so stay tuned.
It's tomorrow, so stay tuned.
The 4th.
So if you have a bunch of questions for the daughters of Rod Serling, have them with you, and then we'll just look at them. We need to make sure they're appropriate as well.
And Mark, too. He's got the new Twilight Zone companion.
Scott Zicree.
Legendary.
And he was a companion. He worked with Rod Serling, too.
We'll work with his family getting the archives.
It's going to be amazing. You guys have amazing questions for them. That'd be great. That helps. The more interaction is, the more people we get in our live streams.
Yeah, and this is going to be a good broadcast. So stay tuned tomorrow. We're going to reconvene on this. Everybody have a beautiful day.
Have a good one.
Thanks, Pete. Thank you so much. It's Pete. Thanks, guys.